We want to bring in CBS News executive editor Steve Capus, a local resident who is now on the scene. And Steve, I know the station itself has been closed, but from your vantage, what exactly can you tell us?
Well, what we're seeing here is scores of injured people being treated in a triage area just directly outside of the train terminal. There's a parking lot that is now filled with ambulance and emergency medical personnel, a number of people holding bandages to their heads. They're bleeding. Some people being now literally carried out of the station by, it looks like, other passengers helping people who are on the train. A number of people I've seen carried out on stretchers as well, who also appear to be in bad shape. I wouldn't say it's chaotic, but there's just a tremendous amount of commotion here, and it's incredibly disturbing to see the number of people who are injured. And right now they're setting up like I said, a triage area where people are being assessed. We're seeing fire crews kind of in a convoy going in and out of the train station. Right now, literally in front of me, there are dozens of people who are clearly on the train, many of them walking with a lot of blood on their clothing. All of them have triage tags as they assess how the severity of the injuries. I guess the good sign is that many of the people I'm seeing now are walking. However, there clearly is an ongoing situation where they're trying to get people out. People are still emerging from inside the train station at this moment.
The initial images that we are seeing, Steve, suggest a devastating impact. In fact, there are reports that a support beam was partially shorn. It led to a partial collapse of the roof. The structural integrity of that portion of the station now seriously in question as people are evacuated. But 8:30 a.m. Thursday morning, how crowded is that station?
I can't understate how crowded it is. This is a main transportation hub. New Jersey Transit runs a number of their lines through Hoboken. This is the termination point for New Jersey Transit service in this area. This is also the train station that houses the PATH station, but the area where this has happened this morning is not the PATH train. It's upstairs at ground level. The train, New Jersey Transit area. Like I say, there are a number of lines that converge here, and what you have are people from all around New Jersey and the region coming into Hoboken, many of whom disembark and get on the PATH train and make the crossing over into New York. And so in the 8 o'clock hour on a busy morning, you're gonna have thousands of people in this general area. Right now, we're watching as fire crews, emergency rescue personnel are taking another passenger out, and this is somebody covered in one of those thermal blankets and being treated. Hard to tell if this person's conscious, but again, the severity of the injuries is. Some of the people who we're seeing come up out of the station are severely hurt, and others, thankfully, are walking out under their own power, many of them suffering obvious cuts to their faces, arms, and yeah, this is incredibly disturbing imagery here.
As it plays out over your words, Steve, reports from the officials suggest that the toll, the number of injuries, to be specific, is climbing exponentially. We're now seeing we're seeing the video that you've now provided us, Steve, and we are seeing those walking wounded who appear as stunned, perhaps as they are injured. If we're now talking, if we're talking with regard to an injury total that could exceed now 100, there are reports that Hoboken University Hospital has been told to expect these patients as they make their way there. What can you tell us about the commute from the station to the hospital, and what sort of facility will those patients be arriving to?
Well, the Hoboken Hospital is literally just a couple of blocks from here. That is not a level 1 trauma center. The closest one is probably over in Hackensack. But right now, there are probably directly in front of me about 150 people who are standing. All of them have tags that have been placed around their necks with assessments of their injuries. They're waiting to be seen. Some of them are holding their heads. Some people are sitting on the sidewalk still. And then moments later, everybody will be told to move to the side as they bring an injured passenger out. So I think the kinds of injuries are they're going to be varied. I saw one person who appeared to have a broken leg on the ground. And again, this is an ongoing situation as the rescue crews continue to make their way in and out of that train station. I have to say, I can't see the wreckage from here, but it's directly on the other side of a wall from where I'm standing, and they're keeping this is as close as I'm going to be able to get.
So there is no sense, at least from your vantage point, of the compromise to the structural integrity of the station itself.
It's not clear, but I've seen the photographs that you've referenced, with that beam and so forth. And if these reports are true that the train was moving at full speed, I can tell you that this is an old train station that has been refurbished through the years. It's the old Lackawanna train terminal here, or ferry terminal that has been decades at least. I should know my history better, but this is decades and decades old, and this is not a new structure. And we saw that, for instance, the damage done to this train station during Hurricane Sandy when the PATH train tracks flooded, and there was no service here for quite some time. Back to the injured now. I mean, it's like they're trying to get enough ambulances in here to take care of people. They're clearly doing the best they can, and this area is just clogged now with emergency vehicles. But people who are lining up waiting to be seen, some of them are just sitting down, dazed looks on their face, cell phones calling loved ones to tell them what's taking place. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you also have people who may not have known what was going on trying to make their way into work through their usual forms of commute. But this situation is ongoing and just devastating to this area.
Certainly, the images tell that story. Steve, I know you will be on the scene for us. I know that you're also going to be joining CBS News' special report in just moments. We appreciate the time, and we'll be back with you.
Okay.